Hello, welcome to Mindful Movement with Waveney Flow. Today we're going to talk about the range of movement within your shoulders and what that means in a yoga practice as well as in daily life. So we're going to start first by thinking about the arms in relation to the shoulders. When you extend both your arms out, you have an opportunity to find what's called external rotation. So I'll back up so you can see my hands. That's moving the hands out away from the body and moving the hands down creates internal rotation. Think about your upper arm bone, your humerus. It externally rotates and internally rotates within that ball and socket joint in the shoulder. So give that a go a few times. As you externally and internally rotate, notice if you recruit your shoulders, the top of your shoulders into it. Try to settle your shoulders and just let your arms do the movement. Try to keep those shoulder blades still and disassociate the movement from the shoulders. Good. Now you're building better muscle control, body awareness. Now, let's talk about the movement with the shoulder blades. First, we've got retraction, so that's moving those shoulders back. You can consider the shoulder blades reaching towards one another, almost like you can hold a pencil or something like that between the shoulder blades. And then protraction is reaching those shoulder blades away from one another. So again, we've got retraction and protraction. So you can work on that a few times, maybe try to exaggerate it a little more. It'll help reaching your elbows back on that retraction and then reaching your arms forward on that protraction. Good. Next, we have the opportunity to elevate the shoulders and depress the shoulders. So if you think about those shoulder blades floating on your back, you can elevate those shoulder blades and depress the shoulder blades. Take that a few more times, up and down, and almost visualize your shoulders moving up and moving down. If you have a willing partner, you can take turns with each other, place your hands on each other's shoulder blades to really become more aware of how those shoulders move up and down and how those shoulder blades glide across the back of your body. Next, we have upward rotation of those shoulder blades. You can almost imagine those shoulder blades reaching out and up as you raise your arms, and then vice versa of that, downward rotation as the arms reach down. Good. So those are all the movements of the shoulder blade. We're going to integrate those into a yoga practice now. So let's come back to our classic cat-cow. If you come onto all fours in the middle of your yoga mat, we can think about that protraction, lifting up between the shoulder blades, and retraction, shoulder blades coming together as you bring your chest towards the ground. So focus just on the upper body for now. Retract, protract. Good. Keeping the arms straight, fingers spread apart, wrists underneath the shoulders. Unless you're dealing with wrist pain, you can bring your hands further back. You can place your hands on top of blocks. And you can also come onto forearms and practice the same movements. Listen to your body more than your yoga teacher. Find a movement that works for you. So from here, we'll get into those cat-cow movements. So starting with the cow movement, retract the shoulder blades and tilt the pelvis to allow a nice extension through the front of the body. Reverse that movement, protract shoulders, scoop pelvis in underneath, and keep that going, breathing as you move to get a nice movement throughout your body. Let it feel good to move. Really start to wake things up. Get more fluid through the fascia, the connective tissue through the muscles. Maybe get a little funky with it. Take it side to side. Let it feel good to move. Motion is lotion for your body. So that's a great example of that retraction, protraction that you use in your yoga practice. I now want to talk about that upward rotation and lift through the arms. This is the sort of thing you would do in your downward dog. So if you reach your arms up, shrug those shoulders up, and extend the hands, this is the sensation you want in that downward facing dog. So if we get into that pose, starting on all fours, spread the fingers apart, tuck the toes, engage the core, squeeze that tummy in, hover the knees up off the ground, pause here. Now reach your hips back behind you, get some length in your back. Now reach your hips up towards the sky. You can keep those knees bent, particularly if it helps you get more length through the back. That idea of shrugging the shoulders, arms by your ears. Squeeze that belly in. Good. Get some nice lift off here. Take another breath in. And as you exhale, lower down gracefully, slowly, and give it a little wiggle. Good. That downward facing dog is more of a back stretch than it is about the legs. Contrary to whatever you may see or hear on social media, Instagram, etc., that sort of nonsense, it's an upper body move, not a lower body move. So try to focus on getting that length through the spine and lift through the shoulders. Now when we're thinking about matching up our external rotation and internal rotation of the hands with shoulder blade movement, we explore a pose like Gomukhasana arms in yoga practice. So this one can get a little funky. We'll enjoy it. Let's see how it goes. We're going to open those arms out. So again, notice if when you move your arms in that external internal rotation, do you recruit your shoulders? A lot of people, when they reach their arms out, will hunch their shoulders up. Try to disassociate the movement as you start. So, arms apart, externally rotate one hand, internally rotate the other. Now we get the shoulder blades involved. The arm that's externally rotated, thumb facing up, reach it up to the sky. Opposite arm reaches down. Those shoulder blades are integrating with you now. Now bend both arms and see if you can get them to touch. Unlikely. I can't. Most people can't. That's okay. It's more about the movement than achieving the pose. Raise your chin so it's parallel to the ground, and you can use a strap or a belt here between both hands to help you intensify that grip, but it's not needed. Just experience that stretch, breathe into it a few times, and then release. And then you're welcome to take the same movements on the other side of the body, remembering to lift the chin and get a nice stretch. Notice if it's different on one side of your body than the other. It's just reassurance you're a human being. This is the way it is. That's okay. Work with your body rather than against it. So these are your sort of broken down movements when we're thinking about the shoulders in your yoga practice. In terms of integrating this to daily life, notice how you move throughout your daily life, in your physical being, interacting with your environment, your world. When you reach for things, can you get that rotation through the arm before you hunch through the shoulder? Notice that if maybe you're reaching for a cup of tea, you reach like this with the shoulder. Try to let the shoulder relax a little bit more, let that arm do more work. Same can be true when you're reaching backwards. A lot of people will bring that shoulder forward to then reach back, which can create a lot of tension around that rotator cuff and uncomfortable sensation in the shoulder. See instead if you can internally rotate the arm, if you're reaching back, for example, and then retract the shoulder. You might get a nicer sensation through the body. This is a common movement in our, let's say, humble warrior, for example, in our yoga practice. Arms reach back and then retract shoulders rather than letting the head of the shoulder come forward. So, enjoy your yoga practice, enjoy your mindful movements, and enjoy being in your